Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. When I came out to this estimate, what I found is this. Can you see that? There is a bucket, there's a sump pump, and there's a channel drain, and it's full of debris. The homeowner had installed this Flagstone patio and did a great job. He did this earlier in the year. They asked me, is there anything we can do so that we don't have to tear up the flagstone? So here's what we came up with. The first thing that's needed really is to clean the gutters and the downspout. These leaves, they're tremendous. And just reminding everybody that fall is here. Make sure you get those gutters cleaned before you do any of your drain work, or just clean your gutters because I'm sure that they need it. Far too often, the gutter is overlooked, and it is really a major part of this rainwater drainage. The other thing is it's actually very satisfying to clean your gutters if you're able to do that. If you're not able to get up on that roof or be on the ladder, don't do it. Pay someone to do that. We need a really clean work area, so I'm having Daryl blow off all of this patio, at least out of our way, because when we run the concrete saw to install a new sump basin, we need this to be clean. I'm going to take the GoPro up on the roof since we have the ladder here, and you can get a better view. What they're doing is they're going to go ahead and try to get that old bucket out of there. I mean, it is really wedged in there. You can't just lift it up. You've got to dig it out. Once they dig this out, I'll be able to run the concrete saw and widen this area so that we can actually put in the sump basin. And if you're going to do this job yourself, if you're going to put a sump pump in, try not to use a bucket. It does work. I mean, I'm not going to knock it, but you could do better. You can put a much better basin down in there than a bucket. Okay, we have the old bucket out of there, and now we just need to clean this area out a little bit more. And then I'm able to run that saw and square this out so that we can actually dig. Remember, it's kind of hard to cut a circle with your partner saw, so we need to make a square cut, and then we'll put the sump basin in, and then we pour the concrete back around that. Because the homeowner didn't really want to tear up that flagstone, and I don't blame him, he did a great job. We're trying to use and utilize what he has. So as we dig this out and put our new sump basin in, we're actually going to run the discharge using that small 1-inch flexible hose and send it back down through the channel drain. And it discharges down into what he made as another catch basin out of brick and cement. And then that goes into his downspout drain. He did a great job, I have to admit. But the bucket, he could have done better and actually had a good discharge. He probably should have set this at the other end of the patio, but he wanted to pick up that downspout right there as well. This really is a great job for the do-it-yourselfer or a handyman. If you're out there, you're watching this video, and you come across something like this, you can see the steps that are needed to actually fix this problem. And it's a lot of work. I mean, to dig this out took about 45 minutes. It wasn't hard, but it just takes time. And you could do these things yourself and truly save a lot of money. Okay, let's go ahead and clean this area off one more time. We need to widen up that hole just a little bit because we're using a culvert pipe as the sump basin. So it doesn't taper off. We need to go straight down into the ground. Because this customer did not want us to cut the flagstone, which would have been much better because this really needs to drain to the end of the patio. But because of that, we're going to take our time and really do a nice job of installing this basin. Remember, this is a custom basin, and it's made out of a culvert pipe, 18-inch culvert. So it's got to go straight down, a little bit more digging, and we've got this. The homeowner also made a custom catch basin out of bricks, and he has his discharge going into that hole, and that's going out to the street. You can see he did a great job. He built a custom brick catch basin, and it's got the grate, but look at the leaves that poured into this thing, even with the grate. If you notice, there is a 1-inch flexible hose that is actually running through the existing channel drain. And we are actually going to use that as our discharge because he does not want us to cut up that flagstone. So we have to go through the channel drain the same as what he did. Okay, we are using a Zoller M53, 1/3 of a horsepower Mighty Mate. And we need to adapt that discharge, which is 1.5 inch discharge from the pump down to the inch flexible hose. So to do that, we need an adapter. The pump still sets up the same way. It just reduces from 1.5 inches to 1 inch so we can use that flexible hose and send the discharge through the channel drain. We've set our culvert basin down into the pit. Now we need to backfill around that, make this extremely tight because we're going to be concreting around this area. That's the most important part of the culvert, is the concrete really holds it down in place.
You got to pack it down in there with the shovel. Now come towards you, Daryl, towards your body. And then when you get the next couple shovels in there, still hold it and pack it in with the shovel. Okay? Turn it upside down and really ram it down in there. It's got to stay tight. You just need to go get more soil. Alright, using the handle, set that down in the pit. You have to pull that hose to him, Daryl. Pull it down the channel drain. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. It'll come, just pull it.
Okay, we have our pump installed and the discharge is running through the existing channel drain. We concreted it back. And we'll finish by washing off the lid, and we're done here. We also found the discharge and cleaned that line as well, because we want this to work the absolute best. And you can see the cable came straight out, no problem. So I apologize for the lisp. If you haven't heard it while I've been talking, I just had some dental work done. My jaw's kind of swollen, so sorry about that, but we wanted to get this video out there for you so you understand how much work is involved in dealing in flagstone and putting in the sump pump, channel drain, and all the above. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.